We are all gamers, and it's time to embrace that, by Chris Scullion. I came across this Vice article due to people saying things along the lines of, well, where were you when people were saying gamers are dead then? He was obviously taking notes, as this is simply yet another gamers are dead article. The argument is always simplistic. One who plays games is a gamer. Therefore, most everyone is a gamer. But here's the trick, mate. If you want to advance the meaning of a word, taking it to a point where it becomes synonymous with mankind is fucking stupid. You have made it useless. You have killed gamers because gamers no longer means anything. And if we include the people who do not have access to video games but would play them if they could, there are 7 billion gamers on Earth. The kind of people who would absolutely not touch any kind of game are a rare exception. What this means is, humans can be described as people who like to play. There is no need for an extra word to describe that. And so all of these kinds of articles tend to say, gamer is meaningless, because everyone likes to play games. But in doing so, they have actually laid out the argument for making gamer a more exclusive label. Let's use another one of this guy's points to illustrate it. Back in the day, it was almost as if playing video games was something to be ashamed of if you weren't a schoolboy. If you knew of a girl playing games, it was a big deal, and if you knew of an adult playing them, it was even bigger. He's saying, back then, it was enough to stand out if you merely were known to like games. I guess in the olden days, merely liking games openly was enough to be a gamer, because that wasn't a common thing. Like he says, it was a big deal. And now he is saying that people are not hesitant to say they like games. People of every age and gender play them, so why do some people see this as a bad thing? Where are these people? Of course, they do not really exist in any kind of number. What he may be talking about, and seems to be talking about, are the people who would say, these guys aren't gamers. Where he screws up terribly though, is trying to paint these people as being scared that the definition of gamer is being challenged. It's these people who are challenging the definition of gamer. They are saying it is not enough to simply just like games. In the past, as this guy described, that may have been enough. You would stand out, that was uncommon. But now that almost everyone likes games, liking games is just part of being an average Joe. The author uses an example of a businesswoman playing Candy Crush Saga on a train. This is a good illustration. In the past, I would say she may be considered a gamer, but now that that is not an uncommon thing, she is just your average person. What is expanded is the definition of what it means to be the average Joe. The average person plays games. And necessarily, at the same time, what it means to be a gamer, rather than just the average Joe who likes games, has tightened. Not expanded. Because where can the term gamer expand from if it was people who like games? And if you stick with that definition, and everyone is a gamer, you have killed gamers. When everyone's a gamer, no one is a gamer. It doesn't mean anything, it just means mankind, like I said. There are two solutions. Kill off gamers, get rid of the term, it's meaningless now. Or tighten it so it is useful. Personally, I am not one for wasting a good word, so I'd rather see it adapt. You know, challenge the definition of gamer. Like this guy says others are unhappy about, well, he clings to the most archaic definition I could imagine. All these gamers are dead folks, they're not talking about the word expanding. They're talking about an increase in the people who fit under that word. But sadly, it's gotten to the point where so many people fit under it that it's meaningless. And quite naturally, due to that, people who just play casually, people who play mobile phone games just purely as a pastime, are not being considered gamers. Because they're not really, are they? They are just your average person. Everyone does that now. And the only people I see truly panicking about this and having a tantrum are video game writers. Perhaps they're scared that they won't get to be gamers anymore. But it's not too late. I have a solution for all the gamers are dead folks. You can still be gamers. Spend more time actually playing games instead of bitching about the people who do. But, as usual, that's just another one of my harmful opinions.